Have you ever wondered why some beauty routines seem to work wonders for others, but make you feel like you've aged 10 years overnight? Today, we're diving into the most common beauty mistakes that could be aging you, and trust me, some of these will totally surprise you. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to stop doing and how to tweak your routine for a more youthful, radiant look. Let's get into it. Before we jump into the nitty-gritty, let me just say this: nobody's perfect, and beauty routines are all about trial and error. The goal here isn't to call anyone out, but to help you spot those little missteps that could be holding you back. Now, let's start with a big one: how we use foundation. Let's start with one of the most common beauty blunders, such as relying too much on heavy foundation. It's such an easy trap to fall into, especially as we get older and start noticing changes in our skin. Uneven skin tone, age spots, redness, or even just dullness can make us reach for that full coverage foundation, thinking it will magically erase everything. Trust me, I've been there. But here's the thing about those thicker formulas: they can actually have the opposite effect of what we're hoping for. Instead of blurring imperfections and spots, heavy foundation often emphasizes them. It settles into fine lines, clings to dry patches, and makes texture more noticeable, leaving your skin looking older rather than fresher. Plus, it can mask that natural glow we all want to hold on to. Do you know what the good news is? You do not actually have to give up on foundation entirely. The key here is to just rethink your approach. A lighter, more hydrating formula such as skin tint or tinted moisturizer can be a game changer. These products even out your complexion while letting your skin breathe. Now, if you prefer foundations, make sure to look for one with a luminous or dewy finish. These types of foundations reflect light and give that soft, youthful radiance. And here's a helpful tip for you: never skip the primer. A hydrating primer creates a smooth base, so your makeup goes on evenly and stays in place without looking heavy. When you apply your foundation, focus on areas that need coverage instead of layering it all over. Use a damp sponge or your fingers to blend it seamlessly. The goal is to enhance your skin, not cover it completely. Remember, less is more when it comes to foundation, especially as our skin matures over time. Embrace the natural glow and let your skin shine through. Now that we've lightened up your base, let's move on to something that can completely cancel out all that glow. Here's the thing about too much powder. Powder has been a go-to in our makeup bags for decades, and honestly, it can be a lifesaver. It's perfect for setting makeup, reducing sheen, and giving your look that polished finish. But here's the tricky part: as we get older, our skin changes, and what worked for us in our 30s and 40s might not work as well in our 50s and beyond. One of the most common issues is overusing powder, especially if we are trying to control oil or mattify our skin. While it might seem like more powder equals better staying power, it can actually do the opposite for mature skin. Too much powder tends to settle into fine lines and wrinkles, making them appear deeper and more noticeable. It also has a drying effect, which can leave your skin looking cakey, dull, and, to be frank with you, older. Who wants that, right? Instead of enhancing your makeup, it can end up taking away that natural glow that keeps your skin looking fresh and youthful. Now, don't you worry, because you don't have to completely abandon powder. The secret lies in being more strategic about how and where you apply it. Instead of dusting it all over your face, focus on areas that genuinely need it, like your T-zone, where oil tends to build up, or areas prone to creasing, like under the eyes. A small fluffy brush is your best friend here, allowing you to apply a light touch without overloading your skin. And let's talk about the type of powder you're using. Not all powders are created equal, and as we age, it's worth investing in ones that work for mature skin. Look for finely milled, translucent powders or those with a slight luminous finish. These types of powders help set your makeup without making your skin look flat or overly matte. They also blur imperfections rather than drawing attention to them. If you're someone who worries about your makeup staying in place throughout the day, here's a tip. Swap your midday powder touch-ups for blotting papers. These are fantastic for absorbing excess oil without adding more product to your face. It's such a simple switch, but it can make a world of difference in how your makeup looks and feels. Remember, the goal here isn't to erase your skin's natural texture or glow, but to enhance it. With a little tweak to your powder routine, you can keep your makeup looking fresh and your skin radiant. It's all about balance. Now that we've tackled powder, let's dive into another sneaky source of dryness that can sabotage your entire look, which is skipping proper hydration. Let's talk honestly about hydration, because if your skin isn't getting the moisture it needs, no amount of makeup will be able to mask it. Dehydrated skin doesn't just feel dry, rather it looks luster, loses its natural glow, and makes fine lines and wrinkles more noticeable. And let's be real here, that is not the look any of us are going for. As we age, our skin's ability to hold moisture naturally declines. It's not your fault, it's just biology. But what we can control is how we respond to these changes. This means taking a proactive approach to hydration. It's no longer enough to just grab any random moisturizer and hope for the best. Instead, look for products with powerhouse ingredients that truly deliver. Hyaluronic acid is one of the best ingredients for hydration because it works like a sponge, attracting and holding moisture in your skin. Ceramides are another must-have. They help strengthen your skin barrier and lock in all that goodness. Think of these ingredients as your skin's hydration superheroes, ready to bring back that youthful bounce and plumpness. Now, consistency is where the magic happens. Make moisturizing a twice-a-day ritual that you don't skip, no matter what. In the morning, go for a lightweight, hydrating moisturizer to prep your skin for the day ahead and create a smooth canvas for your makeup. At night, switch to a richer cream that can work overtime while you sleep, repairing and nourishing your skin. Don't stop at your face. Your neck and décolletage need love too. These areas are just as prone to dryness and can show signs of aging even faster than your face. A good rule of thumb, if you're applying it to your face, extend it down to your neck and chest. Another game changer is incorporating a hydrating serum into your routine. Apply it before your moisturizer to give your skin an extra boost of moisture and ensure it stays locked in. It's like giving your skin an extra layer of armor against dryness. And hydration isn't just about what you put on your skin, it's also about what you put in your body. Drinking plenty of water throughout the day is essential for keeping your skin hydrated from within. If plain water gets boring, try infusing it with slices of cucumber, lemon, or berries for a little flavor. Lastly, don't forget the environment around you. If you live in a dry climate or spend a lot of time in air-conditioned or heated spaces, consider investing in a humidifier. It's a simple way to add moisture to the air and help your skin retain its hydration. Hydration is one of those foundational steps that make everything else in your beauty routine work better. Think of it as the base for a house. If it's strong and solid, everything built on top will look amazing. So let's commit to keeping our skin happy and hydrated, inside and out. Hydration is an absolute must, but there's another key part of your beauty routine that deserves just as much attention: your brows. Brows are one of those features that can make a huge impact on your face, especially as we get older. Thin, overplucked brows can make us look older than we actually are, but so can brows that are drawn in too harshly. It's all about finding that happy medium, where your brows look defined but still soft and natural. Brows naturally lose some fullness and shape as we age, which is why it is very tempting to overpluck or draw in bold lines to compensate. But the thing is that overly drawn brows can look harsh and artificial, which is the opposite of what we want. Instead of going for a heavy hand, aim for a soft, natural shape that complements the natural structure of your face. When filling in your brows, use light, feathery strokes with a brow pencil or powder. This way, you mimic the natural hairs and create a more subtle, natural look. It's easy to get carried away, so less is definitely more here. The goal is to enhance, not over-define. If you're unsure, step back and look at your brows from a distance. You want them to frame your face without overpowering your features. Also, don't forget to use a spoolie brush to blend everything together. It'll soften any harsh lines and make your brows look more natural. And remember, your brows should have a slight arch, not a straight line. A little shape goes a long way in lifting the face and brightening the eyes. Let's now move on to another area that can make or break your look. Let's talk about the importance of the perfect balance when it comes to colours. Did you know that the shades you choose for your makeup can either lift your features or make you look older? Dark, matte lipsticks and bold, heavy eyeshadows might be trendy, but they can actually age you by making your features look harsher and more defined in a way that's not flattering. Instead of going for shades that are too intense, try opting for softer, more neutral tones that enhance your natural beauty without overwhelming your face. When it comes to eyeshadow, swap out those dark, matte tones for softer, more neutral shades that open up the eyes and brighten your face. Warm taupes and soft browns are perfect for a more subtle, flattering look, and a little shimmer in lighter shades can do wonders to lift the eyes without emphasizing fine lines. These shades are more forgiving and will make your eyes appear wider and more awake, giving you that youthful sparkle without the harsh contrast that dark colours can sometimes bring. Now, about those bold lips. I know a striking matte red or deep berry colour can look amazing, but if we're being honest, they can also draw attention to the lines and dryness around the mouth, which is the last thing we want. If you love a bold lip, no worries. Just opt for a creamy formula with a little sheen. This will give you that vibrant pop of colour, but with a softer, more youthful finish that won't settle into the fine lines on your lips. Plus, it'll feel a lot more comfortable and hydrating throughout the day. It's all about balance, ladies. Go for shades that complement your natural features and keep it soft and fresh. The goal is to make your features pop, not get lost in overly intense or harsh colours. Next up, let's talk about your hair colour. Yes, it does play a huge role in how youthful you look. See, as we age, our hair naturally changes, and so should our hair colour. If you are still sticking to the same shade you wore in your 30s and 40s, it might be time for a refresh. Hair that is too dark can make fine lines more noticeable and create a stark contrast with your complexion. On the flip side, overly light shades can wash you out and make you look older than you are. So what's the magic balance? Find a hair colour that complements your skin tone and consider adding some subtle highlights or dimension to keep things fresh and vibrant. If you have warm undertones in your skin, warm hair shades like golden blonde or caramel can add warmth to your look. If you have cooler undertones, ashier blondes or soft browns will complement your complexion without looking too harsh. Adding highlights or lowlights can create movement and dimension, making your hair appear fuller and younger. Now that we've nailed the right colours, let's talk about something that matters just as much. How you're treating your skin on a daily basis. Because at the end of the day, no matter how great your makeup and hair look, healthy skin is the foundation for everything. Exfoliation is something we hear a lot about, and yes, it can do wonders for your skin when done right. But the catch is that over-exfoliating is one of the quickest ways to age your skin. We all love that fresh, smooth feeling after exfoliating, but if you are going at it too hard or too often, it can strip your skin's natural oils and lead to irritation, dryness, and redness. Over time, that can emphasize fine lines, rough texture, and make your skin more tired than it actually is. Exfoliation is important, but the key is moderation. Aim for gentle exfoliation once or twice a week, depending on your skin type. Look for products with mild exfoliating agents like lactic acid or fruit enzymes instead of harsh physical scrubs. These will slough off dead skin cells without causing damage. Also, listen to your skin. It will tell you when it's feeling over-exfoliated. If you notice redness, tightness, or a dry, irritated feeling, it's time to give your skin a break. Less is definitely more when it comes to exfoliation as we age. Speaking of protecting your skin, let's shift gears to something that's just as crucial as exfoliation, and if not more so. While gentle exfoliation helps your skin look smooth and fresh, there's one step that works around the clock to keep your skin healthy, youthful, and glowing. We have all heard this a million times, but I can't stress it enough. Sunscreen is a non-negotiable if you want to protect your skin from aging. UV rays don't care if it's sunny or cloudy. They are constantly working to break down your skin's collagen, which leads to wrinkles, sunspots, and sagging. I know it feels like a lot of work, but applying sunscreen every day, even on overcast days, is one of the best things you can do to keep your skin looking youthful. Choose a broad-spectrum SPF of at least 30 or higher, and make sure to reapply every 2 hours if you're going to be outside for extended periods. A lot of us skip this step, thinking that if we're indoors or it's cloudy, we're safe. But those harmful UV rays can sneak in through windows and still cause damage. Your sunscreen should be your daily best friend. You can think of it as a shield that helps protect all the hard work you're putting into your skincare routine. So now that we know how important it is to protect your skin, let's talk about a common habit that could be working against all your efforts. This next tip is a game changer when it comes to skincare. I know it's tempting to curl up in a cozy position when it's time to sleep, but if you're a side or stomach sleeper, your face could be paying the price. Constant pressure on your face during sleep can lead to the formation of wrinkles and creases over time. It's not something you'll notice right away, but as the years go by, those lines can start to become more noticeable, especially around the cheeks, jawline, and forehead. The good news is there are simple changes you can make to protect your skin. Start by switching to a silk pillowcase. Silk is much gentler on your skin than cotton, reducing friction and helping to prevent the formation of those annoying sleep lines. If you can, try to sleep on your back. I know, easier said than done, but it's one of the best things you can do for your skin. If you're really struggling with this, try using a wedge pillow to gently encourage that back sleeping position. Your skin will thank you in the long run. Another sleeping mistake you are not usually aware of is skipping a nighttime routine. You've probably had those nights where you're too tired to bother and you just crash into bed without even washing your face. It's tempting, right? But here's the thing, skipping your nighttime skincare is like skipping flossing. Sure, it seems easy at the moment, but it's not doing you any favors. Nighttime is when your skin does most of its repairing and regenerating. After a long day, it needs a little tender, loving care to rejuvenate, especially as we get older. Cleansing helps remove dirt, makeup, and impurities, and moisturizing locks in hydration so your skin can do its job overnight. If you skip this, you're missing out on the chance to wake up with fresh, glowing skin. Plus, a nighttime routine doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as a gentle cleanser, a nourishing moisturizer, and maybe a hydrating serum if your skin needs it. Consistency is key here. Those small steps add up over time. Now that we've covered some common sleep-related skincare mistakes, let's wrap it all up with one final tip that ties everything we've discussed together. We often focus so much on our faces when it comes to skincare, makeup, and beauty routines. But the thing is that true beauty isn't just about your face. If you're neglecting areas like your neck, hands, and décolletage, you might be unintentionally giving away your age. These areas can age just as quickly as your face, and unfortunately, they're often overlooked in our daily routines. Let's be honest, we're all guilty of paying extra attention to our faces. After all, they're the first thing people notice, right? But the skin on your neck, chest, and hands is thinner and more delicate, so it shows signs of aging faster. If you're using anti-aging creams on your face, consider extending that care to these areas as well. Start by gently massaging your moisturizer down your neck and chest, just like you would your face. And don't forget the backs of your hands. The skin on your hands can show age spots, wrinkles, and dryness more quickly than you think. An extra loving care in these areas can make a huge difference. Use the same serums or creams you use on your face to target these areas, and don't skip sunscreen. The skin on your neck, chest, and hands is just as vulnerable to sun damage as your face. If you want to keep that youthful glow, make sure these spots aren't left out of your beauty routine. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one beauty habit you've changed over the years that made a big difference for your overall look? I can't wait to hear it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, you will definitely love this next one.